So, Miracle or Not was written by some dear friends of mine. I happened to be right outside the door while the song was being written. It had been on a particular day where I was very sick. And yes, I have been sick for what feels like forever. And on this particular day, I was barely able to stand up and walk around. I was shaking and trembling and fevered, and it felt endless, the suffering. And so I remember walking into the room where they were sitting and just sitting there shivering. And they came over and they laid hands on me. And they prayed for me, and they prayed for healing. They prayed for anything possible that would just give me something to not lose hope. Because it had kind of gotten to a point where I was like, God, if you're going to heal me, now's the time. And it just wasn't happening. And it's really hard in those moments when he doesn't answer a prayer you have prayed a million times. It's really hard to keep hoping and believing and trusting that he is still working for your good. And so in that moment, they prayed for me, and my dear friend Gilbert helped me stand up, and I held onto his arm, and we walked out. And I just remember having tears in my eyes because I'm used to suffering alone, and in some ways it's easier, and in other ways it's not good to be by yourself when you're going through such a hard time. It's hard to be so vulnerable around people when you are so sick. You don't want to be looked at as weak. And though I have gotten to the end of my rope many a times, it doesn't mean I've stopped fighting. So in some ways I feel stronger than ever, but in that moment I felt incredibly vulnerable and just weak and not able to be there and do what I was supposed to do, which is write all these songs. So anyways, Gilbert walks me outside, and I'm sitting near a window that's right next to the room they're writing the song in, and every now and then I hear these swooping melodies, things that I would normally sing and how I would sing it. And so I at the end of the write, they pull me back into the room and they say, "This is something we just wrote," and it was like such a gift that they had given me. It's a song that I don't know on that particular day I could have stood up and actually wrote, because sometimes I need other people to remind me of the things that I need to keep holding on to and saying and believing, and that it's that thing where you have to say it over and over and over again until you truly hold on to it and believe it for yourself. And so they played me this song, and it was just incredibly moving. Miracle or Not, what it's basically saying is that whether you heal me today or not, that you still love me, and that it's my turn to still love him back. His love isn't conditional for me, so mine can't be either. If he doesn't heal me, it doesn't mean he doesn't love me. And I have to cling to the things that I do know about him that are true. Satan loves to try to kind of get some lies in there and just unravel this path that you're on and the things that you know to be true. And so I've had to fight with all I've got to hold on to what I believe about the Lord, that he is good, and that whether he heals me or not, he will not abandon me on this journey. He will not abandon you on your journey. Even if you're at the end of your rope, he's going to give you another one. So you can always count on him to come through. And so this whole song is basically about whether he answers you or me today in the ways we most need it. It doesn't mean that he's not there constantly doing something for you. He is always for you, miracle or not.